Hi friends! Yesterday we left off with the disciple Thomas making the most powerful, complete, and important profession of faith in the Gospel of John when he calls Jesus my Lord and my God. Thomas is the first person in the Gospel to call Jesus God. Right after Thomas makes that declaration, Jesus says to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." Now, some people read in Jesus' question a hint of sarcasm or ridicule or judgment. But I don't think that Jesus was trying to shame Thomas in any way. Jesus never disparages faith, no matter how small, no matter who exhibits it, or no matter how they came to it. Rather than belittling the faith of Thomas and the other disciples who came to that faith by seeing, Jesus is simply setting up a contrast that opens wide the doors of faith. The point of the contrast is that faith is not limited to those who have seen Jesus with their own eyes. Being an eyewitness to Jesus' teaching and death and resurrection is not a prerequisite for faith. And this was really important to the community for whom the fourth gospel was originally written, because most, if not all of them, had not known Jesus in person. They were not first-generation Christians, you might say. They needed to believe and to trust that faith was open to them, that Jesus was offered to them, even though they had not seen him. And of course, that's important for every subsequent generation of disciples as well, including us. Like Thomas and the other disciples, many of us are an "I'll believe it when I see it" kind of person. We've been let down enough times to know that words are not enough. But we're also people of faith. And so how can we be both of those things? I think the primary thing that makes this seeming dichotomy possible is that although we haven't seen the resurrected Jesus, we have seen the body of Christ. Although we haven't seen the scars on his hands, we have seen his hands at work. Although we have not heard his voice, we have heard his words of encouragement, acceptance, and love. A 4th century monk once said concerning the life of faith that the monk should be all eye. In other words, the person of faith should devote his or her entire self to perceiving Christ, always and everywhere. If you are an "I'll believe it when I see it" kind of person, then keep your eyes open, because Christ is continuously offering himself. In teachers and professors who care more about their students' growth and development than their grades. In doctors and nurses who take the time and make the effort to treat their patients like people and not numbers. In parents who bandage scraped knees and chase monsters out from under beds. In children who unconditionally accept others for who they are. In people who give generously of their time and resources with no thought of recognition or reward. Christ offers himself in the lives of Christians. It is our humble service, our kind words, our hopeful attitude, our genuine witness that might be exactly what someone needs to move from a position of unbelief to a position of belief. You and I reveal the identity of Christ to those who otherwise might not see him. To have faith doesn't mean that we never have questions. It doesn't mean that we never worry or wonder. To have faith means that we trust that Jesus is God in the flesh, and that together we embody him in the world today. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow.